Hello and welcome to Negative Art Productions. Thanks for joining me tonight. As you can tell, I'm in a different location. I have songs on my YouTube as well, not just ghost stories. If you watch the About Me video, you will understand. So let's get to the news. The news is I got mentioned again on the Ghost Story Guys. It was their listener mail podcast that they have. So it's not about male listeners, it's their email that they get. And I was mentioned for a YouTube comment, and now I just feel spoiled. So tonight, I want to tell my favorite kind of story. A story that I've been telling a lot more. A ghost story. Thought about what I was going to say tonight and which one I was going to touch on, and this one always coincides with the guy. And as I mentioned in previous stories, I think there was a lot of different energies going on and conflicting paths, I want to say, because a lot of stuff didn't make sense and it seemed to play by its own rules. And growing up, my father would always say, "At dusk, if you look out of the corner of your eye, you can see something." I was told that at a very young age, so I always knew that it was kind of spooky. Maybe that psyched me out, but this story is not necessarily, I can't say it's a ghost, but I do want to say the physics don't add up. And I'll tell the story, and you'll know what I'm talking about. So this one is about, I want to call him the Lawnmower Man. And the Lawnmower Man, he reminded me of someone that really took care of the grass. And I'll explain. We were up to mischief. It was about the summer of 2005. And the guy had become known. So when you're a teenager, what else are you going to talk about? And so we brought up the guy and we would tell that ghost story. So our friends got into it and we would still go out and do mischief. And one night, I don't even think we were necessarily doing any sort of slight shitty vandalism or anything to that caliber. I think we were more or less just running around. We played this game. Sounds really stupid right now, but it's called car dodging. And so we would just hide from cars. That was it. That was the whole game. What? Teenagers are stupid. And I grew up in the suburbs of Minnesota, so shut up if you're judging me. So we would play car hide. And it was a big group, probably, I want to say five of us, and someone else had tagged along that didn't normally hang out with us, but we had kind of talked about the guy and told that ghost story, and they didn't really believe us. So we were like, okay, whatever, man, that's fine. And we wouldn't like continue to press people if they were skeptics or non-believers. We would just, okay, whatever, and move on. So we're car dodging, where you hide from cars. Super fun. And we're across the street, up the hill, across the street. And like I said, there was a pond next to the railroad tracks. And we all hid. And someone in the group says, there's someone coming. So we all ran into the bushes and we hid near the pond. And everyone froze and looked at this man walking. He was an old man, 60s, white hair, glasses, white t-shirt, white shorts, like acid wash jeans that were into cutoffs. I don't know, but they were like white. Everything was white. He was glowing. So we stare at him, and we're all in the bushes, and I don't know how else to explain it other than we all at the same moment caught the gaze of his penetrating, creepy-ass stare. He was walking by very robotic. And he just saw us all at the same time. And he stared at us. White hair, glasses, white shirt, glowing. But it was a really, really dark street light, so there's no way he could have been that bright. And he had those lifeless black eyes. And not like deep black pools, but just, I want to say, blurry, gray, black. Just when it got down to the details of the face, mouth, not the same as other people walking around. And then he kept walking as he was penetrating her soul with his gray, cloudy eyes that really weren't there. He walked, and he started to just cross the street without looking, which is bizarre. We all ran out. He was gone. Again, he simply could have turned the corner, walked behind a large pine tree, and disappeared, because it's the suburbs. There's huge trees in every yard. That could have been the case. But from our perspective, we ran out. He was instantly gone. I never saw him again. He looked like a guy that cut grass, and he disappeared. So, leave that for what it is. I won't tell you to make a decision on it or tell you what I think it was. But that was just one of the weird occurrences. Is it kind of a lame ghost story? I don't think so, because not all ghost stories are ghost stories. Sometimes you really have to listen, and you should be a skeptic. You should have skepticism. You shouldn't think that every bump and creak is a haunted house. You should really think about what makes sense and have that skepticism. Thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed this week's story. I will try to do this every week. Things are going a lot better, and I have some more free time. So, thanks for listening. Have a spooky night.